Hello crafty friends and welcome to my channel. I'm Adrienne Bosey of Alice Scraps Wonderland. Today I'm sharing how I created backgrounds with the new Tim Holtz Distress Spritz colors to die cut from and create a set of seasonal tags. I want to thank scrapbook.com for sending me these new Spritz colors to play with, and of course you can find all of the supplies I've used to make these tags linked in the description box below. First, I just wanted to share some swatches that I created with each of the colors scrapbook.com sent me. These swatches are just purely the Spritz colors sprayed onto some of scrapbook.com's white and black mixed media paper. These sprays are perfect for adding a splash of shimmer to your projects and work best when sprayed on top of dry backgrounds or papers. Today, we'll be making the winter tag together. Before we get started, I want to share my spring-summer tag and my autumn tag with you. The process of making these tags are exactly the same as the winter tag we'll be making together, and they all use the recently released Woodland A2 paper pad. I just used different dyes for the seasonal look, in this case, the Market Bloom Florals dye and the Enchanted Forest stamp and die set. Let's get into the tutorial. I'm using the scrapbook.com nested tags die to cut the base of the tag. I'm also using the Sizzix Stacey Park Yvette Framelits. I've got the dies I need already on my Sizzix gotcha stand and will be cutting the tag from the Woodland paper pad and the Yvette Framelits from the white mixed media paper. I'm using a bit of mint tape to hold the embossing and cutting layers of the Yvette Framelits together, as well as the tag and whole layers of the nested tag die. I die cut the tag out along with the whole reinforcer die using my Magnetic Magic Mat and my Spellbinders P6 machine. I place these dies into a stack and sort tray, then cut the Yvette Framelit out using the regular Magic Mat side of the Magnetic Mat. I did a little testing with the two different sides of the magnetic mat and this thicker mixed media cardstock, and you can use either side with good results with less intricate dies. For the winter tag, I'm using the Snowflakes and Mini Snowflakes dies. I just want to see which ones fit best on the tag, and then I set these aside on my gotcha stand until I'm ready to cut with them. And just so I don't lose the whole reinforcer, I glue it to the tag using my Artiste glue with a fine metal tip. I'll be using Distress Oxides and Salvaged Patina, Broken China, and Speckled Egg to create my backgrounds. For the other tags color palettes, make sure you head over to my blog, which is linked in the description box below. I start by applying the lightest Oxide color on the Yvette Framelit using a domed foam blender. For the winter tag, it's Speckled Egg. Next, I splatter some of the clear glitter brush on the tag, then set it aside to dry. You'll see me cleaning up often in this video with the new scrapbook.com crafty cleanup cloths. These super absorbent cloths are perfect for this type of project. Plus, you can wash and reuse these cloths up to 50 times, and one roll has 20 lint-free tearaway cloths on it, which I think is a great value and more environmentally friendly than paper towels. On what is left of my white mixed media cardstock, I create an ombre background using all of my Distress Oxide colors. After laying down an initial layer of oxide color, I go back in to blend where the colors meet. And if you don't want to get fingerprints in your background, using a sticky mat or a piece of mint tape will allow you to hold your cardstock in place while blending. Now it's time for the magic of Distress Spritz. Make sure that you shake your spritz well, then mist it over the ombre background. I wanted to see how the tumbled glass spritz looked on the speckled egg, and when I decided I liked it, I sprayed it on the Yvette framelit as well. I don't want this project to be completely monochromatic, even though it's one of my favorite styles. So I'm putting some of the antique linen Distress Oxide onto more of the white mixed media cardstock. I wanted to show you some other ways to apply your spritz. You can flick the spritz off of the tube of the sprayer, which gives a bit of a more uniform look, but you can also add some spritz to your glass craft mat and dip a splatter brush in it. Simply pull back on the bristles over your project and release to get that splattered look. This second option is a great one if you find you don't want to deal with clogged nozzles all the time. Once the backgrounds are dry, I die cut snowflakes from both of them. I find for these more intricate dies on the mixed media cardstock, the regular magic mat provides better cutting results. I still need to run the dies through my P6 multiple times. Now, let's get into assembling. I've got this little rectangle of white cotton linen fabric. You can grab fabric like this from the quilting section of your craft store. I splatter it with a bit of the antique linen spritz and let it dry a bit. I'm using the 2mm 2-inch wide foam to adhere the Yvette framelit to the tag. I apply it to the back of the frame die cut, but I don't adhere it to the tag just yet. I like to dry fit my elements out first, which is handy for layered elements like this tag. Next, I cut the fabric into a notched banner, then use my craft pick to fray the edges of the fabric. I glue down the straight edge of the fabric to the Yvette framelit with a bit of artiste glue. Then I begin dry fitting all of the snowflakes. Once I'm happy with the placement, I use various thickness of the 1/4 inch wide foam adhesive as well as artiste glue to adhere the snowflakes in place. It's at this point that I also peel the backing off the Yvette framelit cut and place it down on the tag. I add a stamped sentiment using the Wordfetti Fa La La stamp set and one of the Distress Oxides used for the backgrounds. I stamp 2 just in case, then cut one of them into a notched banner. I distress the edges of the banner with a metal ruler, but you can also use a distressing tool, a craft knife, or even the edge of a palette knife. Once the sentiment is glued down, I then add some Pink Fresh Studio Jewels using my craft pick to place them on and artiste glue to adhere them in place. The finishing touch is a chiffon ribbon from Prima Marketing. I cut this to around 20 inches long, cut it in half, and fray the cut edges with my craft pick. Then I loop it onto the tag and tie a bow. And here are all 3 of the finished tags together. I hope that you enjoyed this Distress Spritz inspiration, and don't forget to like this video and to hit the subscribe button for more content like this. Until next time, happy crafting!